Ciao Juventini, welcome back to the All Juve Cast channel where of course it's all Juve all the time. I'm Alberto, you know the drills. December 11th, I've got all the news this morning surrounding l'Accusations and some big news in terms of the investigation that you are all going to love, all right? And aside from that, we're going to talk about the list of names that are going to be free agents in the summer that Juve has shortlisted. Then we're going to take a look at Vlahovic, his return to training camp, and what that looks like, all right? So let's get into all of it right now. Alright, Juventini, friendly reminder, like the video and of course subscribe to the channel. Alright, now without further ado, let's get to the news. So, for the summer mercado, the list of free agents that Juve has shortlisted as they are interested in is as follows. Telemans, Thuram, Smalling, Indica, Guerrero, and Grimaldo. Okay, so that is the list of free agents coming up in the summer that Juve is going to be looking at and shortlisted. Now, in terms of two players in the winter mercado that Juve is going to be accepting offers for, it is Mckennie and Rabiot. Now, should they receive offers on both players and have the potential opportunity to move both players, I don't see that happening. Juve will probably move one of them if given the opportunity, all right? But those players, they're listening to offers for both of them. In terms of what Max Allegri has asked for in the winter mercado, it is a wingback, and more specifically, for the right side, okay? So some change up and some coverage for Juan Cuadrado is what we need in the mercado, and that's what they are after. In terms of Illing Jr., okay? So got some questions on the live that we did yesterday about Illing Jr. and what you expect out of his role going into the second half of the season. Well, I said I just expect exactly what we saw before he got injured, and that's offering a changeup to Filip Kostic, and that's exactly what's being reported today, is that he is seen as ready for more minutes and more opportunities to offer a little bit more breaks and rest for Kostic. So there you have it. That's the latest on Illing Jr. Now, Dusan Vlahovic. Vlahovic is going to be returning to Contenasa on Monday, and then they are going to look at his injury because it has still been nagging him despite him going off to the World Cup and participating. They are going to be looking at that, so expect next week to get reports on Vlahovic's health and status as he still batters that pubalgia, and we will see what his status is going to be going into the second half of the season, all right? But it looks like there's still a little bit of work to be done in terms of recovery. Now, the big news, everybody, the great news to wake up to on a Sunday morning, and that is that the preliminary investigations into this Prisma case and everything, the judge for the preliminary investigations has rejected the accusations facing Juventus. He has rejected them, saying to the prosecutors that basically all these salary maneuvers and everything that's going on is too closely linked to COVID, in which they would probably be opening up a huge can of worms because all the teams were in the same boat. So it has been rejected as of now. So there you have it. Furthermore, a lawyer, Eduardo Giaccio, who has been practicing sports law for 40 plus years, spoke with Tuttosport, and he said he did not believe the uproar that was caused in these salary maneuvers and everything that they were facing because, number one, it is open and free negotiations. And he says if you look further, you will find a ton of teams that do not actually pay their players in full monthly. And there are a lot of deals and transactions that are altered and changed. So he said he could not believe the uproar and everything they have done was lawful. There you have it, Juventini. So that is the latest out of the investigations. Now, for me, this is how I feel about it. I am very happy. I still want to wait to see what comes of the UEFA investigation. That's also linked with the FIGC, but this is a huge step in shutting everything down, all right? But I don't want it to end here. I don't. I want Juventus to set the tone. If we get cleared, and we still have to wait for the smoke to completely settle and everything to finalize on this thing, this is just a big step in the right direction, but it's far from over. And I do expect prosecutors to continue to push. But again, wait till the smoke settles. But if the smoke settles and Juve is found clear, as this judge and as this sports lawyer are discussing and they should be cleared of all this. I want Juventus to push back full force. I expect lawsuits going out for damages and whatnot, and I want them to set the tone that this is nonsense. You have the Minister of Justice in Italy saying that wiretaps need to be shut down and stop becoming evidence and need to just be used for what their purpose is, and that's research into investigations and whatnot, and they definitely cannot be leaked and whatnot. So I want Juve to set the tone and push back, because this nonsense and these witch hunts against the club need to stop. Not only that, even to the rival fans, I've said this before, and for myself, if there was one of those other big clubs that was involved and doing it, obviously for the banter and stuff, it's great, but actually wanting one of the big clubs in the league to get shut down or even relegated and all this, you don't understand the detriment it will cause to the league, a league that's already suffering and a league that's already miles behind, all right? So they need to get their act together and clean it all up, but I hope Juve pushes back if they are cleared of all of this nonsense when the smoke settles. But again, we are still a ways from that. This is just a massive, massive step in the right direction. So let's celebrate that on this Sunday, Juventini, okay? That the judge for the preliminary investigations has rejected the accusations. You know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, but drop your comments, questions, thoughts, opinions on everything you just heard in the comment section of this video, and we will mix it up, and I'll be back tomorrow with another news update. Fino alla fine, forza Juve. Ciao tutti.